Good evening, good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club meeting. My name is Natalie. I'm your surgeon at arms. And before we continue on with our meeting tonight, I would like to share one video that make our club famous, our housekeeping video. So you will be more oriented towards the online meeting. So please enjoy it. Okay, I hope the video gets you excited to start our meeting. And for that, I would like to invite our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Pipit Andriani, to open this meeting. Please give her a warm applause.
Thank you for the warm applause. I can feel it from here through the screen. Okay, thank you so much everyone for coming. It was only a week ago we had a meeting, and then you might be surprised why do we have another meeting. Usually it's 2 weeks apart, but because we want to get back to our regular schedule on the first and third Sunday we meet. Okay, so just in case Keisha Klein wonders about it, yeah, because she's our guest today. And also for Nancy's, this is information for Nancy as well. So yes, we have a meeting every 2 weeks. And today's topic is very exciting. I think it's relevant to everyone. I never met anyone who doesn't care about money. Even though they're monks, they have to, when you go to Cambodia or Thailand, right? They still have to go to door to try to, get some alms gathered. And speaking about busting budget, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I had my first ever night off for the month of April. It happened in May. So for the whole month, there was no night that I had a time off, but yesterday, surprisingly, I had a time off. So I went to the mall. So I get these. I haven't even opened this. I got these. And I got these. So while I actually bust my budget. But this is a very rare situation. That's why I'm going all out. So today we will talk about our probably shopping habit, saving habit, or plan for the future, things like that, right? So I hope we can learn something new about the tips, the tricks, and the mistakes that other people make, so we don't have to do the same thing. Now, with that said, I would like to welcome you all to this meeting, and the Bhinneka Toastmasters meeting officially open. Right, then I would like to give the control to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Dini Nuris, to carry it.
All right,
away.
Thank you so much, Niti MPP. By the way, it's very interesting to talk about money because actually for the past week, my speaking class always talked about money. And then from my students, I also learned how to, look ahead in the future, like how we will spend our old age and how we think about our pension. And that's very interesting because sometimes yeah, we do want to enjoy the moment, right? And I believe some of us might want to spend some our money for us to give to ourselves as a self reward, just like what DTMB said before. Sometimes we go all out in our over our budget, but that's the I would say the thrill of managing our own money. Back then, we don't know what is the financial literacy, what is it like, how to manage our money, and then this is very interesting. So I hope that everyone can also share some insightful tips on how you can manage your money, or what is your tips to have more income probably in the next session. Okay, so let me start here. I will start the meeting with a game. So this is a very simple game that I believe everyone can follow. And then since we talk about money, I think it will be interesting if we also use money as our main topic in this game. The game is a chain story. So I will start the game. I will mention the first sentence. And then later I will point out one person to continue the sentence. And then it will be continuous like that. Okay. So are you ready, guys?
Try to
Okay.
be ready now.
Stay ready.
One day, in a very bustling city, I found 1,000 rupees on the street. And I'm thinking about what should I do with this money? Okay, play with your imagination. I would like to go with Marendra. Do you want to continue my sentence? You can
Money
go
is so
crazy
precious to
with
me.
your imagination, guys. Up to
Yeah,
you.
this money is so precious to me. Well, it's so rare conditions I have this lot of money. So I'm thinking about to buy a certain things that give me passive incomes, that this money not only good to me now, but it will be better to me the future, for the future. So then I approached my best friends in Bali, a lady who are amazing in delivering speech. Maybe she has an idea how to use this bunch of money in a passive income mode, so I'll have a better fortune for the future. So I asked Natalie for advice.
When Renda came to me and asked for an investment advice with 1,000 rupiah, my best advice is work hard and earn more before you even think about investing. If you're talking about 1,000 pounds sterling, $1,000, 1,000 euro, then I might give you something. But with 1,000 rupiah, just work. So I told Rendra to work for it. Maybe my friend who is always working can give a further advice. Pipit?
Thank you so much. 1,000 rupiah cannot buy anything. $1,000 can get you 2 sets of TV, which makes me wonder what happened to our economy, people? What makes our currency plummet, especially lately, right? But beside the point, my parents always say if we donate money to other people, it will be like the interest will never stop. So rather than keeping this 1,000, which probably end up in Paoga, in the intersection, we usually give coins. I will give it to someone who will probably need it and has not eaten anything that day. Okay, maybe it can buy the person kerupuk or something. So that deed will multiple, even when you already forget about it, they said. So that's why I did that. So now I'm penniless without the 1,000 I found. But Ben always has an idea how to generate money from nothing. That's why Ben will continue my story.
From 1,000 to nothing, except a bunch of ideas. The best way to get ideas is you first have to brainstorm. And brainstorming is great because what you do is you get a collective group of people, you trust their opinions, and you just throw a bunch of stupid stuff on a wall, right? In my opinion, when you get into brainstorming, people are afraid to brainstorm and say their ideas because they're a fear of judgment. But for me, I like to say the dumb ideas to make everyone else's ideas seem much more better than mine. It kind of gets the ball rolling. But most people don't understand that or even appreciate my humor when I do that, especially at my work. But the idea is this idea comes from that little quote, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Your bad idea might inspire someone else's bad idea. And then a couple of conversations later, that really crazy bad idea turns into something amazing, like a new invention. And that new invention, I think Dion is ready to unleash her crazy invention that'll get us our
Okay,
money back.
yes. 1,000. Yeah, I am disappointed there if 1,000, but I agree with Pipit. If I found 1,000 in the past, I better give it to someone who need, for example, Pak Oga. Yeah, because he more needed 1,000. But if I found more than 1,000, even I put it back the money because I remember in Indonesia we never learned. I remember when I was primary student when we found something and the teachers, parent always just give to the parent, just give to your teachers. Then, but in Japan, I just read if since they grade 1 until grade 3, if they found something, they just put it in that place, not give it to police, give it to teachers. Yeah, and I think Nancy can have another opinion about if she find 1,000 rupiah.
Okay. Well, I see that 1,000 seems to be not that valuable money for others, but to me, as a student, it is precious. I can use that 1,000 to print out my documents or my tasks. So that 1,000 will go back to me, and that is precious to me. And that is how I use that 1,000. And probably Keisha will have another idea. I'll give it to you.
After having all these thoughts about, firstly, what can I buy with 1,000 rupiahs? And then, oh, maybe I can invent it into some sort of brilliant invention where 1,000 rupiah can go from nothing to me being a billionaire. And then I think to myself, I'm still a student. Even if I had this 1,000 in my hand, maybe my mom will take it. Maybe she will just put it in a piggy bank and then we will just smash it at the end of the month. But what I do know is that I have a talent for speaking. I can take all these ideas from my friends. I've taken from everyone here, from Renda and then Pipit, everyone here. And then I could present it to other people. I could use this 1,000 as a metaphor, or even not a metaphor. People can actually take it literally. They could use this 1,000 and then invest it into something big. But from my speaking, my talking, this 1,000 rupiah can be a brilliant, a golden idea that can help everyone else. Thank you.
Wow, let's give a big round of applause to all of us from nothing to billions rupiah. Yes, I think that's a very wonderful thought on this. Sometimes we do think that 1,000 is nothing for some of us, but probably 1,000 matters for some other people. So that's why oh yes, hi honey, since you just entered the room. we've
Hello, everybody.
Hi. We've just played a chain story game, and then
Okay.
it finished actually just right after you entered the room. But this one question, I would like to ask you this question. So the
Oh
story
my God.
started with this idea. One day in a very bustling city, I found 1,000 rupiahs. So I'm wondering, what should I do with this 1,000 rupiahs? DT MPP said that she wanted to donate or give to other people who needs it. Or Ben gives it to Dian to think about the new invention with this 1,000 rupiahs. Or Nancy, she thinks about to print
Print.
out task or a document for her, so it's beneficial for her. So how about you? What would you do with this 1,000 rupiahs, Hanif?
I will think creatively. So I will see for a rich person, and then do a flipping coin games. And then I said to him, if you lose, you will give me 100,000 rupiah. And then and then I try to flip the coin, and then pretend to I will do the trick, right, to make sure that I'm winning, so I get the 100,000 rupiah.
That's just like an idea from TikTok. Do you watch TikTok too often, probably? Okay, that's very interesting, Hanif. I think, is it okay if we go for one more round since we have Hanif here?
No, 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 no. Go on with the next.
Already running out of ideas.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
relax, just relax. Because today we are going to have the game and then also table topics. Okay, so the last round of this teen story game, since I have started the game in the beginning, so now I want someone who wants to start the crazy idea with the second round of the chain story game. And anyone who wants to start the game, just start with one sentence and then
Chain
people will
story.
just continue. Yes, the chain story.
Okay.
But Bit, do you want to start
Yes.
the game for this round? All right. So
The year is 2074. 50 years from now. Imagine that, people. The year is 2074. The Earth has reached its maximum carrying capacity. People divide each other. They became like alien to each other. Wars everywhere. Environment is breaking down and blah, blah, blah. You suddenly have an epiphany. I want to fix this world. I might be the only one who can do it. Now, how am I going to fix it? Rendra, go ahead. 2074 loh ya.
Thinking about 2074, it was an extraordinary year that it is apparently beyond the fact. What I'm seeing this, the World War III is about to happen in the next 20 years, just 10 years before that mentioned year. So realizing this kind of conditions today, I need to prepare something to my children's. Yes, it is a bunch of foods, waters in the basements Well, in Indonesia, apparently it's not good that we do not have a shelters for nuclear bombs, but yet it is the effort that needs to do to secure the family. I'm not the best in it, so I asked my friends that has experience in the army many years, which type of preservation and reserve that I have to make to face the day of the doomsday. So I spent for this. Army man,
So preparing for the doomsday, that's really easy, right? If you look at the majority of the people on this planet, and at this time, they all become food. Because we're all going to be cannibals after the real food is all gone. So if you're not able to lift 50 pounds over your head or walk 20 miles without stopping, you're probably just not going to make it, and you're going to be dead weight. Now, if you were about 35 years old and you've ever been to school when you were in elementary school, we played this game on the computer called Oregon Trail. The idea is getting across the United States. Maybe you guys didn't play it or not, but in the US we did. And again, most people didn't make it. This is exactly what's going to happen 50 years from now. It's all the dead weight. People that don't exercise are going to be left behind. And Natalie, you're the one that has to make the big decision on who to leave behind. What is your choice?
Before I make a decision of who I will leave behind, I need to make sure I myself will not get left behind, because I ain't exercising and I'm afraid that I will be the first to be left behind. Yeah, anyway, speaking about doomsday, and I think we start from innovation. I would not leave behind anyone whom I know. And for that, if I can bring something to change the world in 2074, it is humanity. I would imagine that in 2074, AI has ruled the world. People interaction with one another will cease to exist. And we probably will not have relationship just like what we are having right now. So to remind everyone that there's still a touch of emotion, a touch of humanity, one thing that I can do is to bring a touch of humanity in this world. And the first attempt to do so is trying not to leave anyone behind and exercising so we will not get swept away. Maybe Keisha can recommend us other ways to face the doomsday.
I think that is one of the most realistic parts about facing doomsday. Maybe if 20 years ago we thought of doomsday, we would be thinking of meteors hitting the earth, or, just flash back to when the dinosaurs went extinct because of a meteor and asteroid. But I think the most realistic is that it's because of technology. As Natalie said, it's because of AI taking over, firstly, our jobs. Our job market is starting to recede real fast because a lot of things are now robotic. A lot of things can be done by robots, these robots who are more intelligent than us. So saving that touch of humanity in everyone in the society around us is the first step to regaining our power as just humans, because even though our brain capacity will never match an AI, because AI is literally containing every information that we have on the internet, and we can never reach that high level of intelligence as a human species. But we have emotional intelligence that can never be replicated. If you guys have seen on TikTok, on Instagram, what AI has created in art, in every aspect, but mostly in art, the art is there, but it's very so to say, ridiculous. It is, for example, a human with a face of a hawk, because it doesn't know what a normal human face would look like, because it doesn't know how to feel that, oh, this looks like a human. It doesn't know how to do that. It just scans everything that it sees on the internet and then makes a conclusion out of it. But it is a very robotic conclusion. But we humans, we have that power over AI. We have that emotional capacity. And that is the first step to taking over our place on this earth. And then maybe even escaping the doomsday. We never know. Or maybe the doomsday is also a meteor hitting the earth. We never know. But as of now, what we know is that we have this quote unquote war with technology, but we have that first step. We have that underlying factor that could make us win in that war. But speaking of that, as we're talking on it, technology also has its upsides, and I don't think that we can always villainize that in a way that we do in a lot of dystopian movies. So maybe I will go to Kak Dian to guide us through how we can survive the doomsday, but with the help of technology.
Okay. Thank you very much, Keisha. Pipit, when you told about the story 2070, I remember when I was kids, I read the comic at the time, Tintin, and then one comics, and then it's talking about the futures, and then at the time, I don't know, it is the writer imaginations, and I feel it like oh yes, perhaps 50 years ago from now there will be no tree, and then no animals, because at the times the comics figures the kids, and then us the parents, what is that, mom? And then when I was kids, oh, it is like that, yeah. If the 50 years ago, no tree. And I think regarding your question, I think mastery knowledge and technology, because at the time perhaps we perhaps if we need fiber, we just eat pills. And I know at the time if we add more fiber, okay, it's provide pills, yeah. And then also it's like affections, because I know in this year already artificial intelligence. How about 30 years from now? So in conclusion, there are two: mastering technology and affections. Perhaps Hanif can add more opinions. Thank you.
2074, the technology already advanced. We as a human not only living on Earth, we are living on Mars, on Mars, right? So me and my friend think that the doomsday is only on Earth. So we are not talking about the Mars. So me and my friends want to accelerate the doomsday using intergalactic weapon. And then I told my friends, hey, how about we create the intergalactic weapons using the super fire, right? So we can live happily here on Mars, right? Because we will create the humanity. We will create the most prosperous planet here on Mars, because we are human already conquer all the Milky Way. So for me myself, I'm not thinking that the doomsday is not that scary, because we want to accelerate it, and then boom, right? And then but on the other side, my friends Nancy think differently about this this action, because she think about how to make a prosperous humanity and living being on earth. So Nancy, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. If we go to 2074, looking at the condition right now, where every year the crime is getting higher and the competition is also getting higher. So I'm just thinking that 2074 might be scary, since it's okay if we are well prepared. But what about those who are not well prepared for the technology and who are not ready to adjust themselves with the technology? Which how could, if they are not ready, then it would be hard for them to get a job. If they don't get a job at that time, what will happen? Probably they will do crime, or they will do whatever they can to survive. And what I'm thinking to prepare is that, yeah, to spread the humanity, to spread the awareness. And I think like the simple thing that I can do is to share with my friends, and like exchanging our thoughts from one another, and probably our thoughts can also influence other people. And I do believe in the power of influence, like influency, that one people can impact what that small action can bring a big impact to the lives of people and also animals in it. So I would say that starting to spread the good things and influence people to do the good things to other. That's my opinion, and probably Toastmaster Dini would close our session with her opinion.
Wow, that's crazy. I need to wrap up all the crazy things from all of these people, but well, if we talk about the brain capacity and that advancing the technology, and even probably it's just escaping from Earth and bring the humanity to the planet, my take would be to put the humanity first and put all people that we know together, and then we share the awareness, and then we have our younger generations who know more about this technology advancement, since in 2074 I will be more than 50, right? I will be a grandma, so I will not be helpful anyway. So I will go to my my granddaughters or my grandsons and then ask them to teach the others, to teach all the people that we have collected together, so that we can think, we can share our ideas, and then we can, if we want to escape from the earth, we can do it together. We can escape together, and then that's how I will touch the humanity first. We collect them together, and then we teach them, and then we will not leave everyone behind. So if we want to go, one person goes, everyone goes. So yeah, that's the end of the game. Thank you everyone for such crazy story tonight to start our meeting. Yeah, I know that this is a very long time to start the meeting, but anyway, we had fun. And that's the warm-up. Okay, the warm-up, since today we only have like 2 sessions. And talking about the sessions for our tonight's meeting, after this game we will have table topic session that later will be led by our Toastmaster Marendra. And then after the table topic session, we cannot leave this session behind as well, because this is like the heart of Toastmasters, where we can learn from our peers, where we can learn from our fellow Toastmasters on how we can improve ourselves, improve our speaking skills. And then our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster Ben, who will introduce himself and then his role. And I will give the control to Toastmaster Ben to give the introduction.
Oh, right. Thank you so much. And what a fun way to start our meeting, right? So that's typically how it works. Now, I am the general evaluator. For those of you that don't know what a general evaluator is, I am like the overseer of the meeting from front to back. Now, of course, we have a whole team of people that are able to help kind of pay attention. And did we ever get a grammarian? But first, I want to introduce our timer, Pivot. Tell us what a timer does.
A timer is to remind you that time is precious. To the point that if you're over time in Toastmasters in a contest, you will be disqualified. Yeah. So that's why I'm here to help you, to remind you that time is very important. And this is how I will do it. So when it's green like this, that means you have reached the minimum time. Okay, so in the safe zone, green. Next one is yellow. Yellow will look like this. That means you're like somewhere in the middle, right? So you're about to go to the red one, basically, right? Just be careful, yeah? Next one is red. When this appears, you only have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. If not, you will be disqualified and will not be able to be voted as the most favorite speaker or even the best speaker, okay? That's why please pay attention. And that's it. Oh, today we only have one session, table topic. So that means green will be 1 minute, yellow will be 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then red will be 2 minutes. Okay? The tolerance time, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Right. Good luck for the table topic session.
All right, red light, just like in Indonesia, where about 65 bikes go through. It's not that. This is stop it after 30 seconds. Okay. All right. Next, we have our counter. And Dion Fifi, you are counter. What does the counter do?
Okay. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. As a counter, I will be listening to what speakers say. And I will note inappropriate word and space failure. Inappropriate words such as so, yeah, what, and then sorry, but, so, and then well, yeah, and also inappropriate words such as and at the end of the meeting, I provide the report. And also, by the way, I also listening to repeated words such as I'ms, and you know it. That's all. Then back to the G.
You're on mute.
Ooh, yes, thank you. All right, an counter. If you already saw and paid attention to that screen that she showed, she's already counting. Which at the end of the meeting, you're going to find out that none of us are perfect, even myself as a native English speaker. So, right, do we have a grammarian? No grammarian. Perfect. By the way, just to let you guys know, a grammarian essentially tells us how we use the English language in positive ways and also corrects our English grammar, tenses in many different ways as well to make sure that we can not do it again. No, I'm the GE. But thank you for volunteering me. Most powerful word in the English language, by the way, is no. Okay? Learn to use it, learn to love it. No is fun. All right. So again, we don't have any speakers, which is sad, but hey, it's okay because now we get a lot of different chances to use our own imagination in impromptu session, which I'm going to hand it back to our Tom to introduce Denny. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, the impromptu session here will be so much fun because everyone can play with their imagination with the topic that will be given by Toastmaster Rendra. So that's why I would like to give the control to our TTM, Toastmaster Rendra. Take it over.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmasters of the meeting dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my sessions. It is a session when I love the most. And in the sessions, for those who are newcomers in Toastmasters, I will give you a brief. Table topic session is a session in Toastmaster world that you have to respond in every question that I made or table topic master made. You have to respond 1 to 2 minutes in a very impromptu speeches. Whatever in your mind, just say it loudly. Okay, for your example, I will ask Natalie to be a role model as a first speaker. Woo, it is her.
Thank you,
Ladies
Rendra.
and gentlemen,
Oh my God,
yes,
I'm such a big fan of you.
Natalie.
Always told me to go first.
Yeah. The question is, Nat, wait a minute. What are some common mistakes people make when it comes to managing their finance? What are some common mistakes people make when it comes to managing their finance? Natalie, 1 to 2 minutes.
Thank you, Rendra, for the question. I believe the most common mistake that people do when managing their finance, and that in those people, including myself, is getting the wrong priorities. When I was in my 20s, I felt like fun is on top of my list. So most of my income, I use it for pleasure, spending, experience. I did not really allocate quite a lot on investment or saving, but I quickly learned to correct my priorities when I studied abroad in Australia. I was there on scholarship. I need to be spendthrift because my budget is simply does not allow me to live however I want it. Hence, I become more aware on how to manage my budget. What I did was when I got the money, when I got my stipend, I first put priorities on the bills that I need to pay, such as rent, food, transport, and books for uni. After I allocate some money for those constant bills, then the second priorities is to put 10 to 20% of my stipend into savings. I said to myself, if I save now, I can go traveling during summer holiday, or I can save some money and bring it back when I finish my study. And the rest, then I will use it for whatever I want. Go to a party, enjoy a nice dinner, maybe splurge myself a little bit by buying and shopping, just like what Pipit showed us in the beginning. So that's how I manage my budget. And at the end of my studies, at the end of the 2 years, I was able to travel during the summer months holiday. And I also still have some money to bring home for me to continue on with my job hunting season before I actually find a job. So I believe the most common mistake everyone made is they have the wrong priorities in managing their budget. And it's very easy to fix as long as you have the will to do it. Back to you, Rendra.
Yeah, thank you, Natalie, for a table topic first questions and respond. That was amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as possible as you can, use word of the day, spendthrift. Is it spendthrift? Cool. So the second question is to Ben. Yeah, Ben. Cool. How can individuals create and stick to a budget effectively? How can individuals create and stick to a budget effectively? Ben, 1 to 2 minutes.
Let me ask the audience something. Have you ever heard of the actor Jim Carrey? The Mask, Pet Detective, Truman Show. He wrote himself a $20 million check when he wasn't famous. Before he was famous, he wrote it to himself. And he promised himself he's going to be able to make $20 million one day. And in this same interview, he has this quote. And it's, if you're not willing to downgrade your lifestyle for a year to have a lifestyle you want forever, you care too much what other people think. Kind of meaning is that iPhone that you might have that you can't really afford, or that car that you can't really afford, why do you have it? Is it because you want the attention of other people when you take a really cool picture? Do we want this clout? Why do we have to have the best Nikes, the best whatever? It's because we care too much what other people around us think about our stuff. Now, as a teacher, I get to see a lot of different people, a lot of different kids. I've worked at really wealthy schools, and I see the kids with, say, like Smeagol, like pencil cases, or just the one you get at like a regular store. They do the same thing. They both hold pencils. And again, you don't see kids at school making fun of someone for their pencil case, but it goes beyond that, right? It's like, oh, look at your shoes. They're all messed up. The fun fact thing that I started doing to kind of maintain my budget. Now, as a guy, I don't really care about my style. And if you look at a lot of my pictures, say on my Facebook, I'm wearing the same exact thing. I'm wearing a black shirt and khaki shorts. Living in Bali, I don't really have to be in style. And even in the US, I didn't really care too much, right? And that's the idea. The moment you stop caring about what other people think of your shoes, your outfit, your phone, that's when you start saving money, because you don't have to go buy it to care about what other people think. Now, going back to what Natalie says, if you have a little bit of a budget to go splurge on for yourself, that's fine. But the first thing is you got to stop caring what other people think about your stuff. And that's how you start saving money. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Well, thank you, Ben. Well, he sounds ready to be a father so soon, ladies and gentlemen. And he has an ingredients how to keep the money secure and spend it in the correct and right place. That was amazing. Pipit, you are raising your hand, so I was expecting you are expecting the questions, aren't you?
No,
She's a
I raised my
timer.
hand because I'm a timer.
Okay.
But you can
Okay,
give
go
me
ahead,
question. Someone else can please time me. Thank you, Ben.
Okay, cool. The third question
Sorry,
goes to
running off.
Pipit. It's so short questions to you, Pipit. What are the key principles of smart investing? What are the key principles of smart investing? 1 to 2 minutes, Pipit.
Such a short question with a very long answer, that is. Okay, what is the key to a smart investing? Well, first of all, you have to put aside money to invest. I'm gonna re-echo what Ben said earlier. A lot of people fall under the trap of trying to spend money to impress other people who don't care much about them. I remember my father used to tell me that it's better to have a bag that costs only 50,000, but you have 5 million in it, rather than a bag that costs 5 million, but you only have 50,000 in it, right? So I think investment is something that we need to teach the younger generation, especially in the era of TikTok, Instagram. People somehow, show off that they have this and they have that. So almost no money to invest basically. So, but after you set aside this certain amount, maybe every month, you have to find the instrument. Okay, actually, just yesterday, I'm not saying that you have to do the same thing, but I just learned about stock trading yesterday. So there are two types of stock trading, long-term and also short-term. Actually, the richest person in Indonesia is the owner of Bank BCA Bank, if you know. The reason why he became that rich is because he bought stocks at the right time. So during the economic crisis in 1998, BCA bank stocks plummeted, and he used all of his money to buy this stock. And now the stock has become so many times higher than the original price in 1998. So I'm thinking about maybe something that has a low risk, but in a long future is something that we should do. So for me right now, I'm learning about stock market. So maybe that's what I'm going to do from maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But if I can find it successful, like if I can do it successfully, I will share the secret. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pipit. So welcome, stock traders, friends. And I also learned how to play stocks because it's easy in Indonesia. You just need a laptops or smartphones and a bunch, no, enough money in your account, and you can buy stocks and buy like BCA stocks is already advantageous. It always increase in a year. Okay, now the fourth question goes to Dian. Dian Fifi. We have only one Dian now. So
Okay.
the question is, how important is it to have an emergency fund? And what are some strategies for building one? How important is it to have an emergency fund? And what are some strategies for building one? The question is on the chat box.
Okay, thank you very much, Rendra. Yeah, emergency fund is important if we need something emergency like our parents get sick. Yeah, I know we have health insurance. Yeah, but even we have health insurance, but we need extra money, right? For the transportations. Yeah. So how to build that? Of course, set the budget first. I agree with the Natalie. Yeah, the priority. If you already set the budget and then you have extra money, yeah, please save it. Yeah, do not spend or waste your money. I agree with the Ben. Yeah, do not buy like a luxury thing just impress people. Yeah, because even if we have a luxury or precious watch or shoes, but if money in our bank it's not much, useless. And I remember the Chinese people long ago, like my neighbors, they were so simple like clothes, yeah, but they have much money. They have money houses. So, in my opinion, set the budget first, and then save your money, and then for the extra money you save it. That's for the emergency fund. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mother Dian, for your input, which is amazing. We still have question, of course, and I'll give the question to Dini Norris. Okay, Dini, it is
Yes.
your turn. What are the benefits of paying off debt early, and how can someone accelerate their debt repayment? What are the benefits of paying off debt early, and how can someone accelerate their debt repayment? The questions is on the chat spot. Wait a minute. Yes. This is question Dini Norris.
First thing first, we will get so many benefits from paying off our debt early. Well, of course, we can stabilize our budget, and then also stabilize our money management even better if we don't have any debt left. So if any one of us here probably have some debt left to pay, so I would suggest to pay it off early so that you will not have more burden in the future. Well, that's like the ultimate benefit, and then I believe everyone knows it. And how can someone accelerate their debt repayments? That would be my biggest question as well, because other than working hard to earn more money, I don't know how, right? I don't know how to accelerate the debt payment other than you work your hard, you work hard for it, and then you earn more money. But in my case, if at least if you have debt to a person, it would be more negotiable than you have debt from banks, let's say. So I would say you can try to think of probably not leeching off to your friends, but at the very least you negotiate that matter. If you want to have a more, stable and then not too demanding debt, because do hustling, you can do whatever. Nowadays I even try to learn about virtual assistant to earn more money so that I can stay at home and then still earn more money. So probably do hustling. You can probably sell your designs, and even you can also sell your own designs from Canva. Well, you can get all the elements of all the design from Canva, and then you modify it to your own personal taste, and then you can sell it on Etsy. There you go. You get your money, and then you can pay off your debt early. Back to you.
Oh, wonderful. Didn't notice. So you are using all those imagination and knowledge that you already have to respond these questions. Super. Now I hope Keisha and Nancy and Hanif using gallery view so you can see all of the participants. The most important is the timer. So you will note that timer pipit turn on green, yellow, and red. Okay, cool. Spendthrift, don't forget that. The next question goes to Keisha. Yay, Keisha. Actually, Keisha is on her way. I am helping her to be a member. So yes, we hope that all the the websites protocols can done perfectly tonight. So we will has her finally be Bhinneka Online Toastmasters member. The question goes to you, Keisha. Easy question, by the way. The question is, how can someone differentiate between wants and needs when making purchasing decisions? How can someone differentiate between wants and needs when making purchasing decision? 1 to 2 minutes, Keisha.
So when we're talking about money management, it is often associated with happiness. And of course, because money brings happiness, if you say that money doesn't bring you happiness, well, chances are we are just not making enough money. But I think everyone can agree with that. And there is a psychological effect to that about why we are happy with the money that we have. Because if you are in a job where you earn, let's say, 10 million rupiahs a month, that's your monthly income. But the people around you, maybe your neighbors, maybe your sisters, brothers who are the same age as you, they make 20 million rupiahs a month. You will not be as happy if, for example, let's say you make 10 million rupiahs a month, but the people around you make slightly less, maybe 8 million a month. you will be happier in that case, even though you earn the exact same wage. So if we're talking about wants versus needs, that is a very great example of what it means to use our money for our wants and then for our needs. Because with the exact same amount of money that we earn from our jobs or maybe from our side jobs, from hustling, as has been mentioned earlier, we could prioritize what exactly do we want with our money and what we need it for. Maybe we need it to pay the taxes, to pay all the bills and all those fun stuff. But it comes down to knowing that with this amount of money, we can manage it in a way that we could live up to our expectations of living that is not too glamorous, but that at the same time we could fulfill everything that we need. Because it comes down to, again, happiness is ultimately comparison. It's about comparison with the people around us. And if we can do it in our mind that we don't need to compare our conditions to other people, especially financially, because we have all that we already need, we could avoid being, as has been said, being a spendthrift. Thank you.
Yay! Super by Keisha. Her English sounds so advanced. Have you been ever living in abroad, Keisha, somewhere in UK or Australia?
No, but maybe hopefully one day for my studies, that's one of my goals, actually, to study abroad.
Cool.
We can give you a certificate to apply for the scholarships.
And Natalie knows that, and Phoebe knows that, Ben knows that. All of those amazing
And
members
letter of
that you-
recommendation too.
Okay, now the next question goes to Nancy. Yay, Nancy! I also have Nancy today for browsing and open the website. And I hope both of us learning together as well as Keisha later on. So I forgot a lot. I will learning with you all, ladies. Okay, now the next question goes to Nancy is, what are some strategies for saving money on everyday expenses without sacrificing quality of life? What are some strategies for saving money on everyday expenses without sacrificing quality of life? Nancy, 1 to 2 minutes. The question
Okay.
on chat box.
This is how I do to manage my spending. Of course, every month I do budgeting, and I also put to make sure that I didn't spend out of the limit. I put budgeting on everyday limits. I put everyday limits. If today, for instance, for today, I have to spend at this amount of money. But if I spend if I spend more in the following day, I will try to minimalize the money that I use, so that because I thought that I have used it for yesterday, and that is how I have been doing to maintain my spending, to not over or to not run out of money at the end of the month. And the thing that I do is that, of course, I have to make sure that my needs is provided, but my wants, I will think about it again. Do I really need that or not? If those things are not needed, then I will put it apart and maybe get it later when I have more money. But the only thing that I make sure is that my need is provided and I am survived. So what I do every month, first I do the budgeting. I put the priorities on food, transportation, and any saving, and I also put the emergency fund, because as a student, I realized that when something emergency come, I stay in Jogja, but I'm not with my family. So I am originally from Kupang. So I came to Jogja to study. So when something bad happened, I still have my emergency fund to fulfill what should I do. Because if I ask to my parents, probably they are not available at that time. They couldn't pick up the phone or even more. And that is how I do with the money. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy Marcella. It's very unique name, Nancy Marcella. Thank you. Now, I was seeing a father with a girl turning on video. Hanif, can you turn on your video again, bro? Because this question is belongs to you. Okay, Hanif. The next question is, how can individual prioritize their financial goals and create a plan to achieve them? How can individuals prioritize their financial goals and create a plan to achieve them? The question is on the chat spot. 2 minutes. Hanif.
Everybody has a vision. Also, they have a mission. But the question is that vision and mission is strong enough for him or her to be a long-term goal? So that question will be a basic principle for us to control our financial management. So ladies and gentlemen, I have a dream to become a CEO in the future, right? So for me, who has that dream, will allow me to think about how I strategize myself, right, to build a strong strategy to achieve that vision. For example, I take several certification, right? For example, project management professional, for example, or another strategic planning certification. So, and then another thing I can, get a class, right, for strategic thinking, and then a negotiation, how to lead people, and then how to lead an organization, as well as a company. So for me, myself, that strategy will allow me to, prioritize my budget better, right? For example, for that dreams, I can spend like 10 million for one certification, right? And then because of that huge amount, I need to adjust, right? Another spending, right? So for me, another priority will you will take me into spendthrift culture. So, ladies and gentlemen, my question is, how strong your dreams, how strong your vision, and then how strong your strategy to achieve that vision? Back to you.
Super, ladies and gentlemen, we have 9 attendees tonight. And of course, this is the last. It is very rare. I never done it before. Please, someone give me a question. The hard one, please.
I have a question, Narendra.
Oh, cool. Go ahead.
What is the biggest financial mistake you've ever done? 1 to 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, what is the biggest financial mistake that I have done in entire universe of my life? Well, I am responding it. For your informations, I have ever experienced to have 12 credit cards. Yes, 12 credit cards, BCA, Niaga, Mandiri, Citibank, etc., DBS, UOB. The temptations to do 0% installments is the beginning of the mall. Can you imagine? When I need a camera, my camera cost me for 24 million rupiahs. It has 24 months installment 0%. So I only need to pay 1 million a month. It sounds beautiful, right? It sounds good, right? It is good. It was good. I still love it the most. 0% interest in every month. It's good. It's a cleanse. Never late to pay that installment. Otherwise, 3.5% interest will goes afterwards. So the camera and then the lenses and then somehow in many occasions I have to overstay in a hotel. And yes, in a certain conditions, that hotel, I can do a 0% interest also. Knowing that kind of habits that I already make in several years, it's come up with the bill that it's quite large at the end of the month. And how to mitigate that? I have an Excel myself. All those 12 credit cards, what are the installments currently running, and what is the blacklist of the card, yellow list and green lights. Especially, I keep on using the green lights, while in the dark and red, I'm not using it anymore. So be aware of credit card. Ladies and gentlemen, give the control back to Tom.
Tom, Dini.
Okay, sorry everyone. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Through this table topic session, I think I learned a lot, especially for those who share their tips on managing money, like differentiate between wants and needs, and how Nancy also tried to survive in Jogja while she is away from home, and that's very interesting. And then I think I learned a lot from you guys, and that marks the end of the table topic session, and it's time for us to just proceed to general evaluation. Yeah, general evaluation. So I would like to give the control to GE, the Toastmaster band.
Oh, right. I love quick meeting. We're gonna go to our timer. I think I saw some people a little bit over time.
Only one.
Who was it?
Dini was too
boy.
carried away for 10 seconds.
TikTok. Okay, great. So now we're gonna go to our ballot counter that we have. So the idea, if you've never done this before, again, vote for me. I mean, your favorite speaker. So Natalie, do you want to cast the ballot for me? I mean, the speakers?
Yes, I posted in chat box that you can choose your favorite table topic speaker by sending it to me via private message.
There you go.
Don't worry, my lips are sealed.
And you already know my vote.
Of course, you always vote for yourself.
Yes. It's okay, guys, have confidence within yourself. You have to do it every morning when you wake up. Tackle the day. All right. Now, our ever so attentive counter. Dini, please give us your counter report.
You mean Dian? You said
Correct.
Dini, brah.
Yeah, it's like a DI. There's an N in there, another N in there. You know, Dion, you got it. There it is.
Yeah.
Thank.
Okay. This is about a counter, right? Okay. So this is my report. Yeah, as a counter, I was listening about the speakers for the Rendra table topic masters. 3 so, 2 but, and 1 and. for Pipit as a timer, 1 soul, yeah. And for me as a Tom, 3 soul, 1 Yi, 1 Bat, and 2 N, and 1 Cows. And also in the words such as her. And for Ben, the GE and grammarian, 1 soul and 2 3 and 3 1 and 1 repeated words. And for Nancy, 2 soul, 2 but, and okay, and 2 E and 2 repeated words. And me myself, I noticed that I'm so many times, and I have 5 soul, 2 buts, and 1 N. And for Keisha, 2 but and inappropriate 1 A, 1 and 1 repeated words. And for Hanif and Natalie, I didn't hear space filler and inappropriate words. Thank you. That's my report.
All right. Good job, Dion, Fifi. Good job, Dion, Fifi. Well done, Dion. You know, a little trick to help you not remember someone's name is just say it over and over again, and you'll get it. Not that I haven't known Dion for like 3+ years. My bad. We all make mistakes. All right. So I think we have all of our report done. Did hear some people say the word of the day. No one really kept track, but there were a few. Natalie, I know, said it. Pipit said it.
Keisha said it.
Keisha said it. And I think that's it. Pretty sure. Spendthrift. Again, you spend money on stupid things, you're a spendthrift. I think we've all been guilty of being a spendthrift every so often. Now, this is time for my report as the general evaluator. Again, how it works, and it's we usually have a break. It's every other week. But as Pipit said in the beginning, we had a meeting last week, again, kind of balance out our division contest. So, you know, our next meeting won't be for 2 more weeks. But a lot of times people can get meeting fatigue, or, you know, they're just busy or something, right? And that's okay, because sometimes a small group adds more value. And with our Tom Dini, she did a great job by being a little bit flexible, right? Toastmasters doesn't have to be so strict to the exact order. Again, this is our club, Bhinneka. If you have an idea to kind of add a little twist to make it fun and enjoyable, to throw off the monotonous aspect, especially if we don't have a speech, or, you know, we have more members or less members, she did a fun game. And that chain game I've done with my students as well, in English classes and drama classes, and it creates that imagination and impromptuness. And also it does allow for effective listening skills to continue the story. But again, as in Toastmasters, anytime you are in front and you have the stage or the, you know, the opportunity to speak, you could say whatever you want. You know, just keep it, you know, appropriate for the meeting, I guess. But good job, Dini. Well done by controlling this atmosphere. And then Rendra, well done, having a whole bunch of questions that went really well with the theme, you know, budgets. Again, something we should all kind of pay attention to. Again, I live in Indonesia for the last 8 years. If I lived in America, I'd probably make like 10 times more than I make here. So money doesn't always buy happiness, but a tropical paradise can, if you can budget, which in the next week or so, my budget is going to go in the garbage. So I might end up with 12 credit cards like Rendra as well. But they're not 0 interest rate. They'd be all American, and they would put me in debt. But, you know, that's the way it goes when you expand your family. So good job, Rendra. And good job giving feedback as you went on. That's really important. Cool thing is I don't have any evaluators to evaluate, so that's great. Let's go with our timer. Well done, timer. You timed and you explained it. It's great. That's the aspect of it. 1, explain timing. 2, time it. That's it, right? You did a great job. Our counter, Dion. She did a fantastic job as well. One thing I would mention, Dion, is just kind of like, what is it? Kessa, have you ever been to a Toastmasters meeting? Keisha? Have you been to a Toastmasters meeting before?
No, this is my first time being in a Toastmasters meeting.
All right. So awesome. Thank you for coming. This is pretty dope. You're a great speaker. But again, for this aspect, having someone that's never been, they've probably never heard of an counter, right? So we got to make sure that we kind of really explaining what it is. And then when we say the numbers in the boxes, really try to be specific. I think in this case, less is more. Like, all right, you spoke these in this, here's a situation you did it in, right? So try not to use instead of an why don't we just pause, right? So being more thorough with an explanation for people that have never heard of this ridiculous role, that's actually pretty solid. There's an right there. And I think, oh yeah, our ballot counter and our Zoom host. Good job, Natalie. She came here first, let me in, and then she casted a ballot. Now we got to see if she, balloted the ballot. So I'm going to give it back. That's my report. I'm going to give it back to Deanie, our Tom. Good job, Deanie.
Thank you, Ben, for spelling my name correctly. Yes, I'm Bini, and I hear a friend Dian. Yeah, I think lots of Indonesians' names are confusing for some people. Like just what I did in the chat box. Yeah, I spell Keisha with H instead of with Y. Okay, mistake, but that's what makes us come close together. Thank you so much, everyone. I would say that it is an intimate meeting where we can be all out together, share our thoughts, opinions, and then create imaginations with our, with the games, and then we can just laugh at it and then try to, and at the same time we learn from our friends. So I do enjoy our meeting tonight, and it's a very meaningful meeting for me. Another meaningful meeting in Toastmasters. I think I have no words to say, so let me close the meeting and then give the control to our president. So I would like to give it back to our president, DTM Pipit.
Yes, the certificate is ready.
Oh, yes. We have our ballot to share the certificates.
So you can announce there's only one winner in the table topic session.
Wow.
It's neck and neck.
VIP, very important person today. Who is the VIP?
Neck and neck. So the winner is Keisha.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take a photos of Keisha.
Yes. Please highlight Keisha. All right, I got it. I will screenshot. 1, 2, smile, Keisha. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Okay, done. Back to you, Pipit.
Sorry, I was having fun just now. Okay, I was having fun trying to mock Rendra's name. Such a long Rendra Dika. You guys know? Right. If you don't know how to say his name after 5 years knowing him, you are forgivable. Okay. Natalie's last name is also terrible. A lot of people cannot pronounce. Nah, jadi. Jadi, right? Cahyadi. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, Nancy's Marzella, Pia last name? Nancy? Afi? Afi.
Yes, Nancy Marzella Afi.
Marzella Afi. Not so bad, not so bad. 3 letters. Anyway, why are we talking about name? Okay, so thank you so much everyone for coming. And then today is earlier than usual. Yes to more free time. That's why I invite you to come again next week. Oh, next 2 weeks, yeah. And if you want to deliver a speech, you're welcome to do so and just let us know in advance. But before we go, can we take a group photo because Hanif showed his face just now. Okay,
Let's
so
take a photo, everyone.
can we do kaching?
The
Like
normal one first, normal one, and then the
normal
kecil.
one. Okay, normal one. Let me do background Bhinneka. Okay, normal one. One, two, wait, I'm wearing my pajamas right here. 1, 2, 3. Wait. What is... Okay. Kaching now, kaching. Kaching, how do you if it's with you kaching, it will be like love. So if you have like
Why?
anyway. Money,
Is
yeah,
that like
okay.
this? Sarangeo, isn't it?
Sarangyo, just like Sarangyo. All right.
That's what I'm
One,
doing, Ben.
1, 2. Oh, money. Ben has the real one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it. Yes, people. Thank you so much. See you next 2 weeks with a more exciting theme as well. Bye-bye.
Can I give the spoiler bit about the theme?
Go ahead.
The theme for next 2 weeks is all is good in the hood.
All is good in the hood.
Is good in the hood. If you're
Yes.
interested to be the Tom or any roles, contact
Full topic.
Same
Nancy and
2 weeks.
Keisha, do you have any questions for your experience in Toastmasters?
No, but
you
I
can
definitely
ask
had
Ben.
so much fun. I think I just want to say it out loud right now. And yeah, thank you so much for, this fun time. And I will definitely be coming back 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Where do you live?
Yay!
Keisha?
And don't forget to
forgot.
have a